The showdown between the world's two largest polluters loomed over the United Nations climate talks as China accused the United States and other rich nations of backsliding on their commitments to fight global warming. Our Ryan Chilcote is at that conference, and he's joined now by Swartz, the CEO of Timberland. Ryan?
Hey, Margaret, as you say, a lot of discussion about the impasse here at the talks. Meanwhile, a lot of companies talking about what we as consumers and what companies themselves can do, governments aside, to start to bring about change to prevent global warming from running out of control. So as you say, we do have Swartz with us, the CEO of Timberland. Thank you very much for being with us. I want to start by asking you, what's your take on the talks?
So we're boot makers from New Hampshire. We live in the outdoors. I'm a shoe salesman, not a government leader. I wish government leaders would do what they're paid to do, which is lead. But in the meantime, while they continue to have all these conversations here at Copenhagen about climate change, there are companies, for-profit companies, great American brands that are already making substantial investments that are good for their shareholders that are about climate change.
Beyond leadership, exactly what would you like to see come out of these discussions?
We compete in 85 countries around the world to sell the best outdoor gear on Earth, and we faced 85 different sets of regulations from governments. We desperately call on the world leaders to act like world leaders and create one coherent view of climate change. Put carbon into the economy as a legitimate cost that it is, and then count on the genius of the private sector to figure out how to exist and earn a profit in that context.
Back in November, you launched a campaign called Don't Tell Us It Can't Be Done. This is a Timberland campaign for public awareness about environmental issues. You know, one of the things I hear from other people is maybe that awareness doesn't really exist yet. Like the politicians, the negotiators here are a little ahead of the public. People don't understand the issues, the importance of this. It's kind of coming out of nowhere, no?
I think you're absolutely right, Ryan. People are also, there's two things. One is they're talking this lofty, elitist language that people can't get their hands around. People are trying to keep their job, people are trying to pay their mortgage, people are trying to raise their family. And so this incredibly elite conversation in this bubble here in Copenhagen risks leaving people way behind. It's not that complicated. Citizens can change a light bulb in their house, lower their energy costs, and make the environment better. It's not more complicated than that. And people who say it's more complicated than that want you to believe it because they don't want to make the hard choices that they should be making as the leaders that they're supposed to be.
Another batch of criticism you hear here is about the impasse in the United States and the Senate. We have cap and trade legislation there. It's not going anywhere fast. What do you think about that?
I'm disappointed in our leaders. I am. I'm disappointed in our elected leaders. You know, as a CEO, accountability to me is not a notion. It's a reality every single day. And when I say one thing and do another, a consumer punishes us. I wonder what will happen if the leaders in America continue to have this polarized debate for the sake of a polarized debate and they fail to act at this moment.
I think Margaret's got a question there. Margaret?
I do. Thanks so much, Ryan. Sir, this is Margaret Brennan. I have a question in regard to your stock price we just showed. You saw year-to-date a jump there, almost 51%. Some of that coming from speculation that you're putting your company up for sale. Are you putting all or part of the company on the market right now?
Timberland's ideas are for sale every single day in the global marketplace, and we believe that if we continue to fight for what we believe in, commerce and justice, we're going to get paid by consumers day in and day out. That's Earthkeeper footwear. That's better ideas. That's best outdoor gear on Earth. We are very serious about taking this strategy to scale, and we have a long way to go yet, Margaret.
Is that a yes, sir?
That's the question, though. Are you?
Our boots are for sale, our shoes are for sale, our stock's for sale in the New York Stock Exchange. We're running our company every single day, Margaret, and going to compete and demonstrate that commerce and justice can endure for a long time.
All right. Well, we're going to have to leave it right there. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us here. So, as you know, Margaret, that was the CEO of Timberland joining us. He is a big activist, advocate for enacting change on a corporate level to try and get the issues that they're discussing here solved.